Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. The consequence of the grim pandemic toll is overwhelming investor sentiment. First, jobless claims in the US last week came in at just over 1.4 million, and this was higher than expected and higher than the prior week, which itself was revised higher. This is the first rise in these claims since late March and might well indicate a grim turning point in the post-reopening period. The number of Americans on these benefits was 16.2 million. That was down 1.1 million from the prior week. Those that the first claim in early March are now starting to fall off the benefit rolls as their entitlement time expires. The future doesn't look bright for them, and it is a trend that will only accelerate with substantial social consequences. This and the worsening pandemic death count is getting investor attention this morning. Wall Street is down 1.3% so far today in a building sell-off. The bond market is also flashing warning signs. And the gold price is up sharply again today, at just below its all-time high. EU consumer confidence isn't improving, holding in July at the same negative level as it was in June. And there are more indications that it is unlikely to be any EU-UK trade deal, and the two are heading for the hardest of separations. In Australia, their federal government has delayed its budget update until October, and yesterday it revealed it ran a deficit of $85 billion in the 2019-20 fiscal year, a year that started out with claims it would be in surplus. Their deficit is projected to grow even further this financial year, with their government forecasting a blowout of more than $184 billion. Taxes collected are expected to fall by about $100 billion. If all that eventuates, it'll be a deficit of 9.2% of GDP, but it is likely to be worse than that and closer to 10% of GDP. They're also predicting their unemployment rate will exceed 9% by the end of the year. Others see it going much higher. The US Treasury 10-year yield has dipped by another 2 basis points to 0.58% and a new 3-month low. The gold price is higher yet again, up $25 to $1,888 an ounce. The silver price hasn't risen in tandem today, however. Oil prices are soft again today. They've slipped to just on $41.50 a barrel in the US, and the international price is $43.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar will start lower today at 66.4 US cents. Against the Australian dollar, we're now at 93.4 Australian cents, and against the euro, we're lower at 57.2 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index has dipped to 70.2, but still in the range it's found itself in the last 2 months. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.